Good morning, guys. TheBroGrammer here again today with another video. Alright, today we're gonna talk about the random numbers. Alright, how to generate random numbers. Sounds really weird. Why the hell are you bringing this up? Alright, it's pretty simple. The reason it's simple, it's because in the future it will help you a lot. I've worked on projects where you need to create your own, let's say, your own specific generator, and I'm talking about like numbers generator that will just test stuff. All right, let's say you're trying to crack code. All right, you're trying to crack a code or see the different numbers or values that can happen in a password or what have you. All right, you need random generators from time to time. All right, not all the time, but from time to time. All right, so let's just start by closing the previous workspace project we're working on. All right, you can always see what it's all about on my previous video. It's my previous video. You can see it on my channel there. Alright, so let's start with new project again. We'll call this one generator because that's what we're trying to do here. A generator. It will generate. Alright, generate some random numbers. Right? And I know it sounds random like subject, but it helps a lot. And a good example I could actually give you guys is me and my buddy university were working on how can you say this, it was not a it was basically a plane type of project. All right, we're basically, that's it, word I was looking for, we're building a simulator, plane simulator. All right, and we're trying to simulate like the wind. All right, the wind, where it was coming from, and the wind is pretty random. All right, you're not sure where it's gonna come from, like it's coming from all the way, every single side, and you have to generate this. So in this instance, you'll use, guess what, a generator. All right, so let's start with this. We'll just start with making our comments as per who worked on this. Really important, guys. Do not get your stuff still out there. Really important. All right, copyrights. Date, we are the 10th June. Is it June? Yeah, June. Damn, I'm already lost. June, and yeah, probably because it's 1:20 or a.m. Alright, yeah, it's 1:20 a.m. Probably because I drink too much coffee throughout the day, so I barely can sleep at night. Now, subscription. Yeah, people say I'm crazy for being up this late, but listen, when you're a programmer, alright, what happened is around this time, that's when you're at your peak. That's when everything goes by in your mind and everything is telling you what you should do, right? Which is programming. This is technically what I'm doing right now, right? Alright, so let's move on forward with the generator. Narrate random numbers. Alright, we're cool, we got it. So now we will import our libraries. That's the first import, the one that I like a lot, javax.swing, .start, good, import, java.util, and like I said earlier, if you were listening, I said the random class is part of the java.util package, alright, and that's what we're importing right now. So that's a brand new one, guys, brand new package, java.util. It's different from javax, alright, but still helpful. Right, now that's our class definition, and we will call up the main function. Right, same thing, always the same thing, public static void main string brackets args. All right, args for argument again, just in case you forgot. Now we will start by creating two variables. All right, variables, one integer, call it var int. Alright, equals 0. Initiate and declare it at the, declare and initiate at the same time. And just don't forget, this is how I actually write my own code. Alright, so whenever there's two words that I'm combining, the first one start with a small letter, and then the second one will start with a capital letter. Usually programmers tend to program the same way, and almost all of us are doing this the same way. So there shouldn't be any confusion if, let's say, you go see another video. right? Or another tutorial online. Now let's call this one double var. I guess you guessed it, var double equals 0. Alright, and then now we will generate. Alright, let's go with the comments there. Generate random numbers. Alright, so now what happens is we'll just go with the var int first. Alright, we'll just generate. There's a small technicality when it comes to generating random numbers. Alright, let's say you're generating a number between 0 and 10. Alright, and 10 is excluded. Alright, for integers it's a little bit different, of course, right? For integers it's a little bit different. So what happened is you will go with this variable here and then call up the math, well, not match, no, we're not on the dating site here, Math.random function here. Alright, brackets, and then that's what we will use to generate random numbers. Alright, it's called Math.random. It sounds really random, trust me. Alright, now what we're gonna do is put a star here that will multiply it by our max. Alright, not sure if I make sense here. I'm definitely not sure if I make sense, but whatever. Alright, our max is 10. Alright, that's our max. So what's happening here is that I'm getting an error message, and the reason why it's because I need to parse it to integer, because Math.random always return a number between 0 and 1, excluding 1, right? Because 1 is not really a number, right? And what happens with why you need to parse it to integer is, like I said, it's a decimal number, right? So it might generate 0.5723. That's what happens, right? And since Math.random generates a number that might be, let's say, 0.53 whatever, let's just say you get a number, you get 0.5 generated, and then you parse it to int. What happens with the parsing is it removes the decimal value automatically. So if, let's say, you have 0, it will always return 0. Always, 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 always. So in this case, what we're going to do is make sure we have our max plus 1 here. Alright, so the value will always be between 0, it will always be 0, between 0 and 1. Alright, between always 0 and 1. Not 0, 1, sorry, 10. My bad, my mistake. 0 and 10, excluding 10. So that's the way you do it, excluding 10. Alright, that's the way you do it. Now for the double, we'll go with the double var double. It's equal. For the double you don't need it because it's already a decimal value, so you don't need to parse it to double, because Math.random will be already a double number once you multiply. Alright, so it will have decimal values. That's what I mean by double. Alright, so now we're just gonna call up Math.random again. Random. Multiply by, let's go with 20 this time. Alright, 20 plus 1. Actually no, with this one you don't need the plus 1 because it's already a double, right? The reason why you don't need it. So let's just do it this way. Yeah, and I need a capital M here. So let's run this through, see what it gives us, see if I'm a big fat liar. Alright, so system out println, as we've seen in the first video. And please show some love, guys. I know it's tough from time to time, but if you like the video, just hit the like button. It really helps a lot. And please subscribe if you want. I mean, I'm encouraging you to subscribe, but if you don't want to, I'm not forcing your hand. Even though I wish I could. Trust me, I wish I could. You gotta show some love. Okay, so var int here. Now put it through var double 2. Alright, so let's just generate in the hole. Alright, so we got 1 here. Alright, which sounds about right. Alright, sounds about right. Now let's just say I'm generating this again. What's gonna happen? You see 3, 5.9. Let's just generate again. 0.114. Alright, but I'm trying to go over the 20 for the var double. Over the 10 for the var double, just to show you. So you see 10 inclusive. Now 4, 1, 12. Oh man. Okay. Let's just try again. Alright, so as you can see, it went over 18, but it never went to 20. But if you want 20, all you need to do, if you want to include the number, the max, alright, in our case max is 20, so this by default will generate between 0 and 20 excluded. If you want 20 included, just add +1 here, but make sure to put this in bracket if you add the 1. Alright, really important. That's the reason why I added the 1 here, because I wanted including 10 here. We saw it once, but I went way too fast. But if you want to see it, just go back through the video. Alright, so that's what happens when you're generating random numbers. Now let's say if you want to generate a number between 5 and 10 for the integer. Alright, so generate a number between 5 and 10. Alright, for the integer, and 5 and 20 for the double. Alright, it's pretty simple. So what happens is you'll have your max here. Alright, max minus your minimum, which will be 5. Alright, pretty simple, nothing really complicated there. Alright, I know some people are like, what the hell is he talking about? That's like Chinese or Cantonese. Sorry people, but a lot of people will say this. Alright, so that's basically what you're gonna do. Really simple. Max minus your minimum, alright, plus the 1 at the end. Alright, plus the 1, and then at the end you will add your min, because what happened is you will have sorry, I said minimum. Jesus, I gotta stay on track here, because what happened is whatever this gives you, this here gives you, it will always be between 0 and 10, for an example. Alright, now if you want to make sure it's always between 5 and 10, whatever it gives you, you'll just add up at 5 at the end, and it'll always be above 5 regardless. Alright, so basically the same thing for the double. Alright, not really a secret here. So Math.random, max minus min, alright, plus, and our min here is 5. Actually, I'll say 10, because 10 makes more sense. 5 is way too big. 10 plus 10. Alright. Of course, I'll put this back in. So let's go on and fire in the hole. So as you can see, 19 here. Is it between 10 and 20? Yes. 8 between 5 and 10? Yes. We got it. Now, again, between 5 and 10? Yes. Between 10 and 20? Yes. Let's fire in a hole. Between 8, 14, 9? Yes. 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 As you can see, it's working, right? So thank you guys. Like the video, rate, comment, whatever, subscribe. Like you guys. Thanks again for your time. Alright.